All right, solving inequalities. First of all, an inequality is going to have a range of solutions, okay? It's not going to have one exact solution, all right? So it's going to have a range of solutions. Now, let's look at an example. Let's say that we have x and that 5. First of all, the way that you read it is that you read it from the variable across. So this is x. We hit the big side, so x and then the big side and then 5. The big side means greater than, okay? And then if we hit x, small side 5, that means less than. Okay, so the small side is less than, the big side is greater than. If it has a line under it, so let's say we have x 3, so x big side, so that means greater than. The line underneath it means equal to. So that means we can have 3 or we can have greater than 3. Now, graphing these things, so we'll have 3 on the number line. Since it's equal to, we'll get a closed circle. If it's not equal to, we'll get an open circle. And then greater than, well, which way is greater than 3? Everything to the right is going to be greater than. If we were going to graph this problem, we'd have 5. It is not equal to, so we'd get an open circle. And then it says less than. Well, less than 5 is going to be anything that way. Okay, so that's the way you read those things. A couple of keywords that you need to know. At most, okay? This means less than or, equal to. Okay, so at most $20 means, hey, I can have everything up to and including $20. At least, what that means, greater than or equal to. All right? So solving these things is exactly like solving an irregular equation. If we have something that is x plus 3 greater than 5, the way you solve it is you subtract 3 from each side, x is greater than 2, and voila, there's your answer. The only thing different, if you multiply or divide by a negative, keyword here is a negative, you must flip your sign. Okay, multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the sign. So let's say we have negative 2x plus 3 less than or equal to 9. So we start this problem off solving like we would a normal equation. We subtract 3, negative 2x, and I didn't multiply or divide, so everything stays the same. Divide by a negative. Okay, x, flip the sign, negative 3. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful with that. If you're multiplying or dividing by a negative, you flip the sign. If you multiply or divide by a positive, you do not flip the sign. Okay, so we don't flip the sign if we are adding, subtracting, or multiply or divide by a positive. Very, very, very important there. Multiply or divide by a positive, you do not flip the sign. Last type of problem that I'm going to work with you on is if you end up with a problem 3/4 x less than or equal to 6/5. This problem can be difficult because it's a fraction. Well, the way you get rid of 3/4 is you multiply by what's called the reciprocal. Okay? You're going to multiply by a 4 and divide by a 3. Basically the opposite of what you're doing. This is multiplying by 3, so we divide by 3. This is dividing by 4, so we multiply by 4. But you have to do that on the other side as well. X, I multiply by a positive. Don't flip the sign. Leave that alone. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 3, 15. That would be your solution. Okay, some of these problems are going to ask you which one's true. You might end up in a case where it's like that, and then it gives you a list of numbers. Well, anytime x is less than or equal to, anytime x is less than or equal to 1.6, it's going to be a solution. So they might give you numbers like 2, 5, 0, and 1.8. Okay, well, which one actually works? Anything less than 1.6. This one is the only one less than 1.6, so that would be your solution. Now, I've given you the entire unit in one video, so if you need to come back and watch it a couple of times, go for it. However, solving inequalities exactly like solving equations. The only thing different is if you multiply or divide by a negative. Make sure you have this down. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip the sign. Very, very important. All right, go for it. Good luck.